Can you hear that? I started to talk and then they started chirping. How lovely. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot really to update you on. I think the first thing would be that I am now divorced. That came through on the 1st of March. I didn't post anything about it on social media. On that day I was really upset. I don't consider it's anything to feel like celebrating about. I was in the marriage for good, for life, for me, and I would have tried anything to make it work. But of course you need two really to want to do that. And there were 3 in our marriage. So yeah, I'm the one that kind of, got shoved aside. But that's okay because I'm enjoying being a single woman. But on that day, the 1st of March, when I got the email, my goodness, I was so upset. I did try to record a video that day, but I decided not to post it because it was really very emotional for me. So I think I'll probably insert some of it here for you to see. But yeah, I don't actually consider that my divorce is anything to celebrate at all. I feel like there's been 12 years lost, 12 years of being with my family. My son has suffered greatly because of me leaving Glastonbury. He wasn't ready. And of course, you know, for his mum to be so ill and for me to be so far apart from him, I think that really took its toll because he wants to be there for me. He wants to look after his mum. So yeah, he's very caring. Sam is very, very thoughtful and very caring actually. So never judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I really think that he would be very good at care work, but you know, he gets very attached and I think he doesn't take any shortcuts at all. He's a perfectionist. So yeah, who is he like, hey? I think he's a bit like me. Mind you, his dad was a little bit like that. Yeah, his dad was a perfectionist and wanted to do things right too. So yeah, poor Sam. He's inherited from both of us. Today's a really difficult day. It's the 1st of March and my divorce came through this morning. I don't really have any words. All the hopes and the dreams are just... I knew this day was coming, but I didn't really expect to feel so devastated. Marriage didn't really stand a chance. There were always 3 in our marriage. My friend Kate, why didn't she say no? We would have stood a chance. Once she came on the scene, we really didn't stand a chance. There's no closure though, because they never told me the truth. They never told me the truth and they still haven't. I feel super emotional. I expect that they'll be celebrating. I don't know how they can just move on so quickly. There's no healing taking place. And I'm just scared. I'm scared of what's going to happen to me. I'm just scared of what's going to happen. I hope he doesn't waste his second chance. I hope it's worth it for him, because to go through all of this and for it to not be worth it would be tragic. I don't think I could ever go in a relationship again. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That video was really, really emotional. Yeah, I'm loads better. You know, that was on Saturday the 1st of March, but by the 2nd of March I'd kind of got my head around it and I saw it for what it was, you know. So I'm grateful for the good times, and we had some really lovely times. So yeah, I don't really want to talk about the not so lovely times. So I think right now I prefer to stay as positive as I possibly can, mainly because this morning I had my oncology appointment. The roller coaster ride that is cancer. I just want to start by saying to you that, contrary to what my ex-husband is saying, I have not embellished the truth about my disease. I know he'll say that he didn't say these things, but I've seen it written in black and white to friends. So I haven't exaggerated the severity of my disease at all. It's just that I've lived far longer than anybody expected. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I guess I didn't die quick enough, did I? But yeah, I mean, for me it's great because I survived against the odds, and I responded to the treatment really well. But it hasn't been without its difficulties. And I'll talk about that in another video, really, because, you know, the difficulties from cancer are huge. It leaves a real huge aftermath in its wake. But this morning I had an oncology appointment. What can I say about that? I was a bit surprised because I felt quite well over the last few weeks, really. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, but for some reason my cancer marker, the CA125, has gone up, and it's gone from 547 to 704. Now that's quite a hike, and so there is definitely active disease, which is kind of galloping a little bit now. I'm not quite sure where the disease is more active. I still get that awful pain which you saw in a video previously, that awful cramping spasmodic pain, and I still get issues where food just will not go through my stomach. So I think that the disease is probably wrapped around like a band around my stomach. So yeah, unfortunately my professional knowledge means that I kind of know the kinds of problems that I'm going to get over time, and probably eating and bowel obstruction is going to be the issue for me, or the issues for me. You can usually tell because there are constant issues along the way, and these have been constant issues for me. I've had 2 bowel obstructions myself, managed at home once, and then the other time I was in hospital with it. So I know that's an issue. So I absolutely do not know what to say to you. The house isn't sold yet, and I feel like I'm in limbo. I don't know who my new oncologist will be, because obviously Claire Green has been wonderful, but I can't keep her once I've moved away. And I've built such a good rapport with her. She's an outstanding oncologist. So I'm really not sure going forward who is going to be my oncology team. And then the other thing is, what happens next? Do I have surgery? Is it operable to remove some of the tumour bulk so that I have a better chance of fighting what is here? I say fighting. I don't like that word, but I can't think of a different word to describe at the moment. And I think that there's a clinical trial that I could go into, but of course I might end up having chemotherapy because it's randomised. The trial, I could end up with avutinib and defactinib, and or I could end up with chemotherapy. And I know that chemotherapy is not great for low grade, but they just want to compare the two. So yeah. Oh dear. So I started to get upset after the phone call. So I decided I need to come out and just do something, get out, because I haven't been for a walk properly for a while. And do you know what? I feel better already. I've got the birds singing to me. I'm on my favourite round barrow at Dibden Bottom. I'm right at the top, right in the middle, sat amongst the gorse. And it's really peaceful. I've spent so many hours up here. We used to pass it, on the way to the woodland. I've been here countless times on my own, so I love it here. But the only problem now is that I've got to rewrite what my funeral arrangements are going to be. And not because I think I'm going to die anytime soon, I hasten to add, but I wanted to make sure that my funeral wishes were written down. It's really important for your loved ones to know. And part of my wishes was that I wanted my ashes after cremation to be scattered here, half of them here on top of the round barrow and half of them on Weary Hill in Glastonbury. But both of them I'm not sure about anymore. Well, it won't be here now because the round barrow, I think I need to move on, and I don't need to leave a part of me back here where I've been so unhappy at times. And I don't really have that many connections from my family point of view. And they're the ones that are most likely to want to visit me. So I've got to rethink. I'm not sure about Weary Hill either. I don't know. I need to go back there. Once I live there, I need to decide then. But, with so much sadness on top of Weary Hill, several people have been found who have died there. And I feel like I don't want my ashes to be amongst such sadness and despair. But then I don't know how I'll feel when I get there, so it might feel completely different. And there might be a reason why those people chose Weary Hill to die, because it is a special place to be. So yeah, I'll think about that one. You know, when I close my eyes up here, I always feel like I'm being drawn in. You know, I can see on the inside of my eyelids, it's like I'm in a tunnel and I'm going in. It's really, really strange. Not a horrible feeling, it's really nice actually, and comforting, but yeah. I wonder who's buried here. These barrows or burial mounds are scattered throughout the New Forest. It was one of my ambitions to try and get around them all, but there were so many, and some of them are quite far from the car parks. So I'm not sure that I could manage to walk that far for some of them. Visited quite a few though. I wish you could be here. It's so beautiful. A warm spring and all the gorse. And the smell of the gorse, oh, it's so, if I could capture it. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off for a little while and sit and contemplate and think. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you later. Time to walk back to the car. I need to come back here again really soon because I loved it. I loved just sitting there on top of the mound there. Yeah, very peaceful. Right. Better get home because Luna's cat food is arriving. She has a subscription cat food called Catkin, and it arrives frozen in a box, and it's arriving between 1 and 2. Sometimes they're early though and they leave it on the doorstep.